All right, so we'll get into spoilers. Which was Jasmine's best costume or your favorite?
See, I like the blue one. It's like iconic, and they changed it up to make it a little bit more Bollywood, which I love. I love everything Bollywood. So just to have that bright blue and the pants and all the patterns all over was just gorgeous. But again, the pink one's quite nice too.
Yeah, the blue one. Oh, how could you not love the blue one? I feel like there's just a lot of nostalgic value going towards the blue one
Yes.
because you're just like, oh, it's the blue one.
Yeah.
And I especially loved all the detail in because I initially thought it was just like I'm not fashion like anyway fashion inclined at all, but like you know how she had the material that came down from her tiara.
Yeah.
Didn't actually realize part of it was attached to like her
Her
finger.
finger,
So when they were
yes.
dancing, it was coming out, and you could see the peacock feathers. And
Yes.
it's just like little details like that. Like I feel
Beautiful.
sorry for any like cosplayer that's gonna try and replicate the detail in those costumes. Like if I had like the skills, I know I would definitely try and make any of those dresses in a
Yeah.
heartbeat. But that purple one as well.
Oh
Or even the
yeah.
orange. I feel like I'm just gonna go through all of them. Even the orange one as well is so nice. And I think
I loved all the embellishments that she
headdresses and
had as
stuff.
well. So the necklaces, the headdress,
Yeah.
the you know the bracelets.
I
all
know,
that.
like, when they first showed pictures of her as Jasmine, and because like, Jasmine's always been my favorite princess for sure, seeing her without the big hair for me was just initially like, oh. But then, like, I was like, oh,
Wait,
it
wait,
looks
wait.
too relaxed. Like, I was being really, like, silly about it. But this is a spoiler section now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
spoiling.
great.
We're spoiling.
It was like it could be really subtle, and it could just be me like looking into it too much to look for something that's not there. But there's a part where Aladdin takes the pin out of the back of her hair, and it
Yes.
releases, and it kind of has that
That
volume,
full, yeah.
you know, that fullness of like
I
the
melted
original.
seeing
And,
that.
Yeah, I saw
Oh,
it, and I was like,
man.
oh.
There's the hair.
Oh, she just stole the show for me in every way possible. She just ticked all the boxes, like
But-
costume nerd.
Yeah.
Also,
everything.
too, like for the guys out there who are just like, what about Aladdin's costume? That dance number where he's just doing the,
So
you know,
The full on.
get out of here, Jasmine, I've got this. Like, it's my moment to shine and stuff. I was really like, kind of like, oh man, he's dressed up pretty good and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
The white
that-
linen.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that whole kind of moment where it's got like Genie's going through like, all right, we'll do this and do this. So he had these horrible outfits first,
Yeah.
and then he gets put into the like awesome stuff. Like, I think that yeah, Jasmine, like that joke with the handmaiden going like, I have a outfit for every hour of the day and stuff. I think it was good that they kept Aladdin simple.
Yeah.
Jasmine was the one that was kind of like, you know,
Stand out.
over here, check this out, because she just
Yeah.
sparkled something fierce.
Yeah.
Like,
You couldn't take
Awesome.
your eyes off her at
Mhm.
all. And I think that was almost the whole point. Is just because everyone was looking at her, but they weren't looking at her, because they were just like, oh,
The only
she's
time.
there. What?
The only time that I could take my eyes off Jasmine was with the cat in the room. I was just like, oh,
With
kitty.
Raja.
Just to see him, just like when Aladdin jumps off the balcony, and she's like, "What just happened?" And the cat's like, "Wow," and I was
Yeah.
like, "Kitty."
so getting an elbow from this one every
need one.
time Raja's on the screen, she's like, I want a kitty, and I'm just like,
I just wanna
yeah,
pat it
That's
so
a big
much.
one.
we're gonna get a
Like-
massive tiger. What are you gonna feed it, me? Like, jeez. But like, yeah. Also, too, I think the CGI like for the cat, the big tiger
The cat CGI,
that
I
was
did
fine.
not mind.
Yeah.
It was just Will Smith's face with the CGI that kind of took me out a little bit, but not so much with the second viewing.
What, when it licked Aladdin's face?
Yeah, that was adorable.
That was like hearing everyone in the cinema just like, oh.
Oh.
But yeah, I think
The only other bit I would say that I wasn't really impressed with was the kind of beatboxing kind of rap moments in there, which was just like, oh, okay, this is where we're going.
Like they did a bit of that in A Friend Like Me. Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Like in a
Or
certain
the-
part.
yeah, I can't do it. Sorry.
Yeah.
well, in that defense, I think like obviously they want to change it up a little bit and not exact
Yeah.
copy and stuff, but also too, it is Will Smith, and it
Yeah.
is kind of
Yeah.
yeah, all right, I get it. Like they want to make it their own, but at the same time, it does kind of for anyone who's in love with the classic, and even too with the theatre like stage show, that does kind of take you out a little bit where you're just like, oh, we're beatboxing now,
I think
like
it's hard when you have heard the song the same way for so many years
Yes.
as well. Like, I feel like I went into this and I was just like, forget about what you know.
Yes.
And I think that's why I walked out feeling like quite
Like,
like
what did they
refreshed, like with
do?
all these different
Yeah.
ways. Because, in my opinion, obviously Will Smith singing is not what he's known for. It's mainly
Yeah.
rapping, and
Yeah.
and seeing that kind of element of him and his strengths in the song, I was like, oh, I can kind of acknowledge that. Like, that's okay. But if I
Yeah.
do want to listen to, the
The-
singing, then I've got something to
In the
go
car.
back to.
That's
Um,
so true. That's a good point.
I think, again, like, not trying hard not to be exactly like Robin Williams. And as soon as anyone, I think, tries to be exactly like anyone else is when it starts to fall
yeah.
apart.
100%.
I do
Yeah.
think like also at the start where they sort of just jump from the original animation had that moment to get to know Jasmine, that moment to get to know Aladdin.
Yeah.
This one kind of like you're off and running.
Yeah.
Was that kind of like, oh, we're here already? Like, they're meeting and this is going on. But
Yeah.
I didn't have too much of a problem off it, like with it all once it started to roll and have like different things that was like, oh, all right, we're going to make this save room for all of this other stuff. Because I thought that the moment where it's got, that was my mother's bracelet and stuff. And he's
Oh,
like, oh, you
yeah.
mean this bracelet? And then when she thinks he stole it, and that first moment where the big unveil is where she's walked down the step,
Yeah.
you see her grab her wrist,
Yeah.
and you sort of go, oh, that really did like mean something to her, and
Yeah.
like it's the first time she's coming out without that on. And then when he returns it, it was like a really cute moment between like saying to the handmaiden, hello, princess, and stuff. And she's like, oh, I'm the princess. And
I thought that was quite interesting because in the original, like, after they had been chased, she like took off. It was really dramatic. Like, she just takes off the hood and she's like, by order of the princess, like,
Yeah.
unhand him. And then he knew then, but the fact that she was kind of, disguising herself as the handmaiden was quite interesting. It was,
Yeah, it was
was
very cute, actually.
Yeah, it was actually, because they were both kind of doing it to each other. Obviously not as intensely as Aladdin did, but she was kind of playing that a little
also
bit.
too with Jafar when he like goes, I was once like you too, and shows that like, oh, I'm a master thief as well. I thought that was okay, like them adding that in to show like Jafar's motivation and stuff. Like, I came from nothing like you too. I think that little lesson that they put in there, like winking at the audience, going, Aladdin doesn't want to become like him
Yeah.
and just want and stuff. So that was sort of like, I don't know if I was reading
What
into
did you
it.
think about Jafar, the actor?
I like the animated version and the stage version better.
Yeah.
This one's third place, but I still
Yeah.
I get where it was like, I know who the stars are. I know it's Aladdin, Jasmine, Genie,
Yeah.
even the handmaiden. I was just like, yeah, she can stay in the boat. Jafar's going overboard, like. But I think like also too with like everyone saying like, why was Jafar so young? Why is he so young? It's like, well, they're trying to separate themselves from what was perfect
Yeah.
to now. Like, I think Agrabah was a character, them running around the streets and like, them in these amazing rooms and stuff. But what did you guys think of the set designs and everything? Like, was pretty happy with it?
The
Because
whole-
it was enclosed compared to the animated.
Yeah.
Like, animated was big and vast. This was nice, kind of cozy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought
think-
the city was really well designed and all the set pieces worked really well.
Yeah.
So I had no problem with it.
Yeah, I think I was pretty cool with it, especially where Aladdin lived and stuff. That was really nice.
The only,
just trying to think.
I think it opens up more when you go on the magic carpet ride, which is obviously what opens up the world even in the animated one. Because it
Yeah.
is a closed set even in the movies. So as soon as you jump on that carpet and he's like, this is a whole new world, like I can take you anywhere.
I kind of wish I saw more of the castle though, actually.
Yeah,
Like, even though we
inside,
saw
or-
like, I love like Jasmine's like kind of quarters and
Yeah.
stuff like that, but I wanted to go through like the halls and just see a bit more, I think.
Yeah.
but that's just being really picky. I actually can't really think of anything to kind of whinge about. You did talk about Jafar earlier.
Yeah, what do you think?
I I don't know. I have mixed thoughts about him. I was really hoping he'd do the Prince Ali reprise. You know,
yeah.
when he reveals
Prince
it's
Abu.
Aladdin. Yeah.
He-
And I wanted him to kind of like I was waiting for it and he didn't do it and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
He didn't
know.
call him Prince Abubu. That's what really kind of bugged me. I was like, come on, just say it once. Be
Yeah.
funny. Be funny, Jafar. Just go, Prince Abubu, where are you from? And it's like, it's a
Yeah.
blah, like, you know. But,
Yeah.
like, I think, I'm not going to knock the actor, like, but there was some scenes where it was a little bit kind of, you know, deer in the headlights, Prince Ali.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, dude. Like, don't
Yeah.
phone it in. Like, that's
Yeah.
you're driving past the set in a car and you're just winding the window out, like, down and just yelling it out. Prince Ali, yeah, I'll be in my trailer. But, like, I can't get on board with Jafar with some of the stuff. There was scenes where I did kind of like. That was one of them when he does like say, "Yeah, I was once like you." But even too, like it sort of feels a little interesting when he does lift the lamp from him, and I really did prefer this lamp over like the animated lamp over the movie one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And there's a standout character we've not mentioned here. We've got the carpet, and then a boo.
And Iago.
And Iago. But they never say Iago in this movie. Not once. They call it Parrot.
does he?
I don't think they even referred to him as Parrot or Iago. I
Oh,
think it was
just Parrot at
Oh,
the end.
really?
Yeah, when he's just like, come here, Parrot, you're coming with me.
Oh, I didn't hear him say that.
Oh,
I just
when he goes into the evil lamp.
I maybe wouldn't have been so focused on Iago if I didn't know it was Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
Actually, he is a master of voices.
He is so
good. Like only if I think you really pay attention and listen, because sometimes his little, you know, you think he's gonna copy, obviously. But he's got these little lines that you could easily not hear, and you're like, oh, that's a little funny. And you have a little chuckle to yourself, and you're like, yeah.
Little K2SO coming out.
Yeah, no. But yeah, Magic Carpet was great.
I loved the magic carpet.
Animation
I mean,
was just like the.
so good.
I-
Just making the sandcastle in the background and he's
Yeah.
throwing sand over. I'm like, this is adorable.
Yeah.
I kind of like, even too, the carpet that doesn't talk stole more of the show than Jafar did. And I was just like, oh man, like,
It was really sad when he got a bit ripped.
yeah,
I know,
I got
was
upset too. I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
But were you happy with the boo? Like the
I
CGI
think
for.
he was so cute.
I just. Do they deliberately choose like one kind of. Okay, this is going to sound maybe
Say
really
it.
silly. Do they always choose one kind of monkey to animate for movies? Because I look at him and I think of
Oh,
the monkey from Pirates of the
possibly.
Caribbean.
I was about to say that too.
Yeah.
I was just like, man.
Well, even
like,
in Friends, it's the same type of monkey.
There must be a reason, surely. Cause
Maybe
like,
they're more trainable. I'm not.
he did
sure.
look alright when he's
He's a bit-
staring at the
sometimes
ruby.
His eyes were a little bit like,
It's too human.
about like too like animated.
Yeah.
I loved him. He was really great.
Adorable.
I remember when I first saw the trailer, that was my reaction. I was like, well, that's the looks like the monkey from Pirates of the Caribbean. But he had the little hat on, and he
Start
was
looking for
okay.
Jack
I kind of forgot about it. It was just
Yeah.
like, you know, once you're in the movie, then you kind of forget about all of that, and you're like, yeah, that's a boo. You know.
And plus too, that dance number where Genie's like just going bam, he's got a like, you know,
Little-
tambourine stuff. And when he says the first 10 seconds, like, you know, well, Alibaba had them 40, like,
Yeah.
it gets your toe tapping a little bit when you hear that. But
Yeah.
he stops there and doesn't do the big number. He just folds his arm and goes, I'm the best. And he's like, what, you want
Yeah.
more? All right.
Yeah.
And then he like that number, like right there, I was just like, oh man, now I'm in. This is really, this could
Yeah.
be fun. But did you have any problems with the Cave of Wonders or like, nah?
I really
Nothing?
liked
Yeah, I
it. It was,
enjoyed it.
yeah, especially like
It looked dangerous.
Yeah, it looked pretty terrifying. I think, especially with, you know, a friend like me, and all that little animations they did with like the multiple genies reminded me of what they did,
Oh,
like
yes.
you know,
Yeah.
in the originals, and like paying homage to that, and you know, a few other little animation bits like when he's turning Aladdin into the prince, and he's he's got a different outfit, he's wearing glasses, and he's
yes.
got like the tape measure and stuff like that. It just reminded me a lot of the original, and
Yeah.
the multiple copies and the slightly different, like, not personalities but different, like, characters that the genie could become.
All in there.
Or, like, changing to Aladdin's face when he was
Oh,
speaking
yes.
as him was like a little bit disorientating,
It's
but it
like-
was still like, I see what you're doing now and I appreciate